Sometimes we just have to work with what we have. For example, I'm using this ISK BM800, a condenser microphone, which sounds great, but it picks up everything in this room. So I have a fan going on the right side here. So in this video, I'm going to show you how we can use a free software, Audacity, to go from something like this to something sounding like this. Let's get into it. My name is Patrick, and this is Everyday Tech for everyday people. In this channel, I do things related to tech. Anything related to tech, I'll do a video on. Now, I mostly do recorded content, but I've been starting to do more live streams, and you can join me every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I started this channel about a year ago, and over the past year, I've done things to upgrade my production. I've gotten some video lights, I've gotten a video switcher, and I've upgraded my audio. And I got a Rode PodMic here. But this is the mic I started with. This is the ISK BM800. I didn't even pay for this. This was given to me. So sometimes you got to just start with what you have. But sometimes we don't have that much control over our environment. So especially for my recorded videos, I was getting a lot of background noise because I had this cheap video light with a loud fan. And I just had a lot of different things in my environment. I don't have a very well treated room here. But there are things that you can do to improve your audio quality. Now, disclaimer here, I am not an audiophile or an audio engineer, but I wanted to show you two simple things that I do with Audacity. Audacity is a free open source software that runs on Windows, Mac, or even Linux. Now, the two things that I do are noise reduction and normalize. Now, there's so many things that you can do with Audacity, and there's so many resources out there. And really, this is mainly for recorded content. There are other things you can do for live content, but that requires some other software and other hardware for processing. Now, I've turned on the fan again, and now we're going to just do a little bit of a recording, and then we're going to bring this into Audacity. Now, one tip is you should do about 4 to 5 seconds of just not speaking and kind of record the environment. This will help with the noise reduction when we take it into Audacity. So I'm not going to speak here for 5 seconds, and then I'm just going to give a short intro or short speaking, and then we're going to bring that into Audacity, and we'll see the before and after. My name is Patrick, and this is Everyday Tech for everyday people. Let's bring this into Audacity. So we brought in our clip into Audacity, and the two things that we're going to do are noise reduction and normalization. Noise reduction does what it says it's going to do. It's going to reduce the noise, but we need to do some analyzing of what noise to reduce. And the normalization brings our entire clip into a target level, basically a target output. Right now, this output right now is a little bit quiet, and so we need to bring up the volume, but we need to bring it up evenly. So normalization brings it up, or if it's too loud, it'll bring it down into a normal level evenly throughout the entire clip. So the thing that we're trying to reduce, of course, is the fan noise. Now, we don't want to reduce the speaking voice here because you want to hear what I'm trying to speak. We want to reduce the background fan noise. So this is why we did a few seconds of just no speaking, so we can analyze this portion here. So what we're going to do is we're going to select it. You need to select that portion here. Go into Effects, Noise Reduction, and say Get Noise Profile. Basically, it's going to do an analyzation of the selected portion that you did. It's going to use that to know what to reduce, what noises to reduce. So now we're going to do Command A or Control A on a Windows PC to select all. Go back to our noise reduction here. And I'm going to keep this at the defaults, but you can play around with the different settings here. Click OK. And now we've reduced our noise here. So if I play this right now, you can still hear the noise, but it's very faint. I'm going to go ahead and do Command Z to undo this. And now you're going to hear this with the noise. I'm going to reapply the noise reduction. And this is with the noise reduction now. So that's a big difference. So now that we've reduced the noise, We're now going to normalize the clip and bring this audio levels to a point where I'm satisfied with. So we're going to go ahead and select all again. We're going to go into effects and we're going to go to normalize. And I'm just going to put these, leave these as the default here. And as you can see, the waveforms have gotten so much bigger here, the gains. And so this is going to be a little bit louder. So warning, if you're using headphones, this is going to be a lot louder than we had before. So here we go. My name is Patrick, and this is Everyday Tech for everyday people. So as you can see, it did increase the gain of the background noise as well. But if we compare the clips from what we had before to now, this is a lot better. Now, if you search online, people always say, do the normalization last. Of course, we can start doing more noise reduction here, even after we've normalized the clip. But the more you process a clip, the more you do these different kind of processes, you are going to degrade the original clip. So kind of play around with it. You may not be able to hear it in your own ears as well, but you can go ahead and do a lot more processing. So those are two simple things that you can do in Audacity. Now, the number one tip I would have for using Audacity is try to reduce the amount of work that Audacity has to do. In other words, try to improve your environment first before bringing this into Audacity. If you have a loud fan noise, try to reduce that noise if possible. If you're in a noisy location, see if you can record in a different location. Now, if your levels are low for your microphone, try to increase the levels of your microphone or get closer to your microphone. Or the other thing you can do is see if you can get a dynamic microphone, which really cuts out the ambient noise. The number one thing I did to improve my environment was I actually got rid of the cheap video light that I had, and I upgraded to the Elgato Key Light here, which has absolutely no noise. Now there's a lot of cheaper solutions out there than the Elgato Key Light, but I got this at a good price used. And then the other thing I did was I upgraded to a PodMic, a dynamic mic here. The PodMic here is awesome, great sounding, and it does reduce a lot of the ambient noise. And the other thing I did was I do all my audio through my Atem Mini Pro, which has some audio processing in there as well. Now I know some of us don't have the luxury of investing in audio equipment or even changing our environment. We just kind of have to work with what we have. Well, this is where Audacity can help, but don't overdo it with Audacity. The more you do audio processing, the more you degrade the audio quality of your clip. I hope you found this video helpful. Now, these are the two simple things I do with Audacity. Again, I'm not an audiophile or an audio engineer. So if you have some quick tips on how to use Audacity, leave a comment below. Until the next one, see ya.